Chad, a lot of people think if they could just win the lottery just once, their troubles would be over. Is that really true?
Oh boy. No, for a lot of people who win the lottery, their troubles just begin. You hear of their children being kidnapped, held ransom. When somebody finds out, and it's not too difficult to find out who wins the lottery, and when people do find that out, it attracts a lot of criminal activity actually. They'll take things, hold things for ransom, that type of thing. It's a rags to riches phenomenon too. Many people have won the lottery, and then you come back to visit them, say 10 years later, and they're living in poverty again because they didn't know how to steward their money. They didn't know how to manage their money. When somebody does win the lottery, it's highly recommended now that they talk to a counselor or visit somebody who tells them how they can steward their money, because most people who play, there's a larger percentage of poor people who play the lottery because they're kind of gambling on hope, if you will. They're like, this is the only way I'll ever be able to escape the poverty I'm in. And they'll spend their money on lottery tickets. And then if they do win, here's a poor person who's never had maybe more than a few dollars in their pocket winning multiple millions. And so it can be devastating.
But it's just a few dollars, right? And all the money goes to worthy causes.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, the lottery is very heavy on the administration usually. A lot of states think, oh, the lottery would be a great way to earn revenue and all that. Actually, it costs a lot to run the lottery, and so the profit from lotteries is not as great as the state would have you believe. And so people should not be duped by that. And a lot of states, the majority of states do have lotteries, but a lot of states now are looking at getting out of the lottery business and privatizing it, which opens up a whole nother can of worms. But states are realizing now that, oh yeah, this isn't the revenue earner that we expected it to be.
So are things like bingo and church raffles considered gambling?
You know what? Ironically, a lot of people were introduced to gambling through the church. And they had their start, or maybe their dad taking them out to the horse track for a day, to bet on the horses, and he'll give them a couple dollars, and maybe their horse wins, and they go home with $10 or something. But yeah, strangely enough, we've heard a lot of addicted gamblers say that I started out small. I started out playing, poker at home, or I started out playing bingo in church, and the church did it to raise money, for this and that. I don't think the church should have any part of gambling, actually, if they were to realize how many lives have been impacted negatively by just saying, oh, this is okay. This type of thing is okay. If it's betting on chance and using risk for money, that's gambling. So